Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome once again inside Milford High School as Milford TV is happy to present coverage of Scarlet Hawks athletics this evening. A good matchup on hand in girls volleyball between your Milford Lady Hawks and the visiting Wayland Lady Warriors. Tim Coed on the call, Rob O'Keefe also on the coverage. And it has been a bit of an up and down season so far for this girls volleyball team for Milford. A 4-game winning streak early on in the season had fans thinking they were set up for big things, but then an elongated losing streak through the middle portion of this season. But now rebounding once again, they've won their last 3 consecutive matches, and now into the final stretch of this regular season. Just 4 games to go. Milford needs 3 wins over those 4 games to guarantee a playoff spot. So an important game here on their home floor tonight as both teams are out there and set to get this game started. Milford with an emotional win on their home floor late last week on Dig Pink night against non-conference Millis. Now another non-conference opponent here tonight in the Wayland Lady Warriors. It's been a bit of a tough season for the Warriors operating out of the Dual County League. Just 3 wins overall so far on the season. It will be Wayland who serves first, and this match underway. Kelly Reichert just flipping that ball up over the net. Now Jill Powers able to dig it out. But Milford making contact with the net, and Wayland's able to take away the first point. Another serve coming up here from Talia Long. And an ace. Talia Leong, number 6, ready for her 3rd consecutive serve. Handled initially by the libero for today's match, Sam Branch. Reichert sends it over, but it's out. And so the visitors making a statement here early on with 3 consecutive points. Leong's next serve, and that one too long, so that will break up the streak. This will allow Milford to get it going now with an early 3-1 score in set number 1. Jane Schuler to take the first serve for the Lady Hawks. Attempting the spike was the captain, Kara Halpin. That ball hit out by Wayland, so now Milford jumping right back in. Schuler's next serve right down the middle. Powers trying to get the stuff there, but ended up just unable to get it over the net. So 4-2 now we go. The Scarlet Hawks continuing on under the watchful eye of their first-year head coach, Jay Guinan. The Wayland Warriors led by Lisa Soar. Just a 1-point difference between these 2 teams as the captain, Jill Powers, gets ready for the serve. Here it is now from Powers, and that hit from the back line of Wayland ends up straying far off the playing surface. And Milford's able to tie it up 4-4. Back on serve goes Jill Powers. And the point goes to Wayland. Milford enters today's action in 3rd place position in the Davenport division. They are tied for the 2nd most wins in the Davenport. Overall on the season, their record 7-9. In 2nd place is Stoughton, overall at 7-7, and then the Canton Lady Bulldogs at 12-2, an impressive regular season mark. Up to a 6-4 lead now for Wayland. They have not trailed yet in the early goings. But that serve goes out, and we'll pull it back to just a 1-point margin as the sophomore Kelly Reichert now Steps behind the back line, preparing for the serve. Good strong serve to the back line, initially handled by Natalie Constantine. The ball still being played, but the whistle from the official. Too many touches on the Wayland side. Reichert again to that back line, the set. The attempted spike by Mary O'Donnell. And Halpin delivers it hard into the net, giving Wayland the point. And our first substitution on the Milford side as Reichert will head to the bench. Kyra Alves checks into the game for the first time. She sets up on that back line. As now the serve comes in from Tori Varnow, one of the Wayland captains. Good stuff right there in the front by Juliana Tracy. Now Powers cheats in. Here's Tracy again. And whiffing on the dig was Wayland. The point goes to Milford. We're tied up at 7. More substitutions on the Milford side as Stephanie Shirelli checks in. She replaces Jane Schuler. Good lively conditions for this game this evening. Good answer by Halpin. Now cross court to Shirelli, but her shot into the net. And Milford has still yet to lead in this first set. It now goes 8-7 in favor of the Lady Warriors. Milford looking to continue to build a winning streak, which currently stands at 3 games. Here's Powers. And a good job by Wayland right there to keep Milford off balance. Looking for the set. Instead, it was delivered over the net by Lizzie Flagg, co-captain on this squad, along with Tori Varnow. Now the serve to come from Taylor Chan. And that one just in. Milford bailed on it, but that just hugged inside the back line. 10-7. So despite struggles through much of this season, Wayland has come out firing. They're able to get that point there. Milford trying to play it off the net, but with no success. And Coach Guinan, sensing that his team is just not right out there, he calls the early timeout. It's 11-7 the score early on in this first set action between Milford and Wayland. We'll be back with more next here on Milford TV. Well, the message from Coach Guinan during that timeout was a simple one. Stop allowing your opponent easy points. So now Wayland ready for another serve as Chan delivers it right to the captain, Jill Powers. But the point on the Wayland side. And now more substitutions. You can tell Coach Guinan just frustrated with the effort out of his team out of the chute. 12-7 now the score. Chan back once again, her serve. And this one off the mark. Wide to the left. Milford within 4 as Juliana Tracy sets up for the serve. The sophomore sends it hard to the back. Over on one hit. Powers making contact with the top of the net as she delivered that one over 13-8. Now tracking down the loose ball and getting ready for the serve on the Wayland side is Constantine. Soft serve, a good dig by Sam Branch. Looping hit over the net by Milford, answered right back. Branch from the back line, now Shirelli. A good rally on both sides. This time Wayland delivers it long over the net. And a good win that time for the Lady Hawks. 13-9. Lauren Zarangian now with the service. And a miss hit by Tori Varnow. Back-to-back points for Milford. They pull to within 3. Starting to wake up as this first set goes along. Zarangian answered by Chan. Now it's Branch, the off-balance set attempt by Lauren Zarangian caught everyone by surprise. Now back on serve, Talia Leong. Branch again, so mobile. But another point for the Lady Warriors. So now they answer with back-to-back points and push it back out to a 5-point margin, 15-10. A lot of chatter from the Wayland bench, all the way over in front of the Milford bench. It's Shirelli. Milford's able to save it. Now the spike, a good dig by Kara Halpin, but the ball out of bounds. Nice effort, though. The lead up to 6. Leong right to Reichert. Now Reichert again looking for the spike. Double hit on the Wayland side. Back into the game comes Schuler. Good minutes put in by Stephanie Shirelli. She heads to the bench. Schuler with the serve, just grazes over the net. But Wayland able to adjust. Now Reichert with the set. Halpin gets it over. They set it up for Tori Varnow, but she delivers it into the net. Back to a 4-point differential. Can Milford close this gap? Not on this hit, as the serve from Schuler goes directly into the net. Wayland operating out of the Dual County League, which, like the Hockomock League, broken up into a large school and small school division. Wayland operating out of the small school side, along with Concord, Carlisle, Bedford, and Weston. Sam Branch whiffs on the dig. 18-12. Naomi Lathan now with the serve. This time Branch is able to get the dig cleanly. Wayland tries to flip it over, but the double touch. And this will send Jill Powers back for the serve. Milford trailing in this first set by 5 points. Good hard hit by Varnow. Now the flip over by Mary O'Donnell, and that gets the kill. A lot of varying speeds coming over the net from the Lady Warriors. Continuing to keep Milford off balance. The serve by Lizzie Flagg, the captain. The block. Milford's able to keep it alive. And the point earned by Milford, hard earned that time. After the great block by Mary O'Donnell right in front. Milford able to adjust. 19-14 the score. And that just stays in. think you're starting to see this Milford team get a little bit loose out there. Possibly taking their opponent a little too lightly heading in, but now starting to get focused. Kelly Reichert on the serve. The set and the point for Wayland. (20-15). Wayland 5 points away from taking this first set. The captain, Tori Varnow, on the serve. Powers, a set by Zarangian. And that one out. Powers again. That one making it all the way over, but blocked again in front by O'Donnell. She's been a force. 22-15. Every time Milford has started to get on a roll, Wayland's had the answer, and a lot of it has come from O'Donnell, who again gets a good block. And now here is Kayla Antonellis about to step on the floor for the first time tonight. She replaces fellow captain Kara Halpin. Milford needing points in a hurry if they don't want to drop this first set. Sent over by Tracy. Now to the back line for Powers. They set it up for Antonellis, and she's able to get the kill. Shirelli back onto the floor now as Antonellis will get her first service opportunity. Milford keeps it alive, and miscommunication there. Going for it was Zarangian and Tracy at the same time. And set point now for the Wayland Warriors. Taylor Chan looking to close it out. Gets the graze over the net. Powers saves it. Hard shot delivered to the back line, and the point for the Lady Hawks. They will send Juliana Tracy for the serve. She needs to get this team on a roll. But instead, the serve delivered out wide to the right. And there is your 25th point earned by the Lady Warriors. So 25-17, they take the opening set. The teams will flip sides, and Milford will hope to flip the momentum as they fall into an early 1-set-to-none hole. We'll be back with more next here on coverage of Scarlet Hawks Athletics on Milford TV. We return to the Milford High School Gymnasium for the second set in this girls volleyball matchup between Milford and Wayland, a non-conference girls volleyball matchup here this evening. And Milford getting a bit of a shock in that first set. They drop it 25-17. And you could just continue to see the frustration by Coach Guinan with his team, just a bit of a lack of focus or lack of execution in that first set, leading to some easy points. And Milford on serve, I should say, to open the second set, and that serve immediately delivered long. Sends it right over to the Wayland side. Naomi Lathan to the back for Halpin. Now Reichert getting a piece of it in the front was Wayland. Now a clean hit by Sam Wong, and Milford can't get it back over, and so immediately Wayland picks up where they left off. Grabbing the first 2 points. Wayland never trailed in that first set. Milford was able to tie it. on one occasion, but never able to take the lead. Now here's Shirelli, gets a deflection off of the front row and out. The point goes for the Lady Hawks. Milford getting a couple of subs on the floor before we continue. Jane Schuler now on the serve for the Lady Hawks. Dugout now set up in front, and just a little shot from Mary O'Donnell, who has made her presence felt early and often so far throughout the first set, and now getting involved early in the second set, and it's a 3-1 lead for Wayland. Here's Antonellis, and she can't get it over. Wayland able to take 4 out of the first 5 points. Lizzie Flagg on serve. Tracy to Schuler, and double touch. I believe that was called on Schuler. We mentioned Milford with 4 games remaining on their schedule, this game included in that 4. As Sam Branch gets the dig. Milford able to get the much needed point. After today's game, they have 2 home games and 1 contest on the road. That road contest coming against the Davenport Division leaders, the Canton Lady Bulldogs, before coming home to face Oliver Ames and Stoughton. So 3 Davenport Division matches left to close out the schedule after this non-conference game. Milford trailing 6-2. Farnow on serve. Too long. Cuts it to a 3-point lead for Wayland as Reichert sets up for the serve. Diving attempt by Jill Powers. Now sent over by Schuler. The set, O'Donnell in front. Now here's Antonellis. One of the longer rallies we've seen. O'Donnell again flips it over. Cannot get it over the net. Milford gets the point. Very good rally on both sides. Cuts it to a 2-point lead for Wayland. And Riker's next serve off the court. Taylor Chan right into the waiting arms of Jill Powers, who sent it off the mark, but tracking it down was Zarangian. Milford recovers. Now Zarangian again to Powers, but too long. Back up to a 4-point lead. Milford had cut it to 2. But back-to-back points for the Lady Warriors. Consistent chatter from the Wayland bench as Chan's serve goes into the net. Very quiet on the Milford side. Bench players seated, taking in the match. So the better energy has definitely been on the visitors' side throughout this game to this point. Point for Wayland, their 9th of this second set. Look at some of the faces out there for Milford, just trying to find the right answer. Shirelli caught by surprise, but saved by Kyra Alves, and the return over the net gets up over everyone, stays on the court. The point for the Lady Hawks. Now Tracy set for the serve. Hard shot sent over by Lathan. Now Milford, and it's just in. That was Shirelli. Cross court for the kill. Coach Guinan liking that particular rally. Back to a 2-point margin. Chan to the front. Milford sets it again for Shirelli. Not quite the touch this time, delivers it long and delivers the point to the Lady Warriors. Back onto the floor comes Sam Branch for Milford. Branch the first to get to this one, then a little flip over from Powers is good for the point. Now Kelly Reichert back in. It's been very active by Coach Guinan, subbing in and out players. Here's Zarangian now. And delivered out by Tori Varnow, and it's a 1-point lead now for the visitors, 10-9. Zarangian, a couple of bounces of the volleyball, now ready to serve, and just out. Not by much, but it prevents Milford from getting the equalizer. 11-9, the advantage for Wayland. But Milford keeping it closer here now in the second set, trailing 1-0. Back on serve is Lathan. Reichert to Powers. Powers trying to quickly dump it over, but misjudged how far away from the net she was. The 7-9 Scarlet Hawks against the 3-10 Wayland Warriors. Wayland with just one win within their league play this year. Nice answer by Sam Branch. Quick reflexes in front by Reichert. In desperation mode, Wayland able to get it back over and get the point. Milford doing everything right there, but the bounce going Wayland's way. They get the point, and Coach Guinan calls the timeout. 13-9. Wayland leads it in set number 2 of this varsity girls volleyball matchup between Milford and Wayland. Brought to you right here on Milford TV. The Milford fans a bit frustrated with how these first 2 sets have gone. Wayland with the 1-0 lead. They lead here now in set number 2, 13-10, as that first serve out of the timeout did not make it over. And now the Lady Hawks will send Jane Schuler back for the serve. A bad hit, that time by Talia Leong, and the point for the Lady Hawks. A 2-point lead for Wayland as Schuler delivers this one cleanly over the net. Sent back over by Sam Wong. The set in front by Zarangian, and the spike for Reichert. And again, Milford with the opportunity to tie it. Schuler's serve. Set up for the captain Varnow. She gets it over, but Milford keeps it in play. The block in front by O'Donnell, and eventually the point for the Lady Warriors. Mary O'Donnell, not really with a decided height advantage over the front line of the Lady Hawks, but just good reflexes and a good wingspan help get her elevated right at the right moment to make the big play. She's done it a number of times. Milford able to get the point here again, sending it to a 1-point deficit with Jill Powers now ready for the serve. Set up for Antonellis. Too strong. Milford consistently getting right to the brink, but just cannot come up with the point that ties this game. They have not yet led tonight. Here's Antonellis again, deflected in front. Now a soft shot over for Wayland. Now it's O'Donnell. Taking charge, Juliana Tracy. Back for Powers. Here's Antonellis, and that grazes the antenna. Good play on both sides. Wayland comes away with the point. And now a 3-point lead, 16-13. Varnow's serve, dug out by her captain counterpart, Antonellis. Powers, Zarangian in front, flipped over by Reichert. And that gets over the extended reach of Jane Schuler. Another serve for Varnow. Here's Reichert. Varnow up to make the dig. Cross court for Wayland. Juliana Tracy can't get the spike over. And another timeout called by Coach Guinan. 18-13, Wayland in front. The gym quiet here in Milford. And more second set action coming up next here on coverage of Scarlet Hawks Athletics on Milford TV. Varnow continuing to serve it for the visitors. Here's Reichert to the back. Too strong for Varnow. Her dig goes wide of the court and delivers the point for the Lady Hawks. Milford now trailing by 4 in the second set. Chan the first to get to this one. Now fired into the net by Natalie Constantine. Reichert quickly continues, just over that line. Wayland serves up 19-15, but Taylor Chan delivers the serve long. So an exchange of long serves. Kara Halpin back into the game will serve it out for the home team. Going a long way for that one was Lizzie Flagg. Sent over but out by Wayland. Jill Powers keeping her teammates ready on the floor as Halpin serves. Both Halpin and Powers go after it. Awkwardly off the hands of Powers, and the point goes to Wayland. That rally in trouble as soon as both Halpin and Powers went into the dive for the ball simultaneously. Now here's Zarangian going a long way, but eventually into the net, 21-17. Wayland getting close to taking a commanding 2-0 lead. Constantine on the serve. Branch delivers it all the way back over. Set up for Geneva McLaughlin. Seeing the floor for the first time tonight. Another serve by Constantine. Here's Shirelli. Shirelli sends it into the net. Coach Guinan bringing a couple of players off the bench here to sub in late. Zarangian and Alves to the bench, 23-17 the score. The dive by Halpin, a good effort, but that may have been out. She might have done Wayland a favor right there. As Halpin will now take a seat. Antonella's back onto the floor. Set point for the Wayland Warriors. But Natalie Constantine unable to close it out. Delivers the serve over the back line. (24-18) as Juliana Tracy sends it over but out. Same way the first set came to a close, with a serve off the side of the net for Milford, and so after winning set number 1 25-17, Wayland able to take set number 2 25-18 to take that commanding 2-0 lead. Again, we will switch sides. Milford with an uphill battle if they hope to get into this match against non-conference opponent Wayland. We'll see what happens when we begin set number 3 next here on coverage of Milford High School athletics on Milford TV. Back inside the Milford High School gymnasium once again as we prepare for the third set in this non-conference matchup between Milford and Wayland. A 2-0 lead for the visitors. And again, we mentioned the road ahead in terms of the rest of this regular season schedule for Milford. Knowing coming into today that they needed to win 3 out of 4 to guarantee a spot in the upcoming MIAA tournament. They're in major danger of losing this game here today, which would require them to run the table in their final 3 games. And remember, one of those games is against the #1 team in the Davenport, the Canton Lady Bulldogs. We documented the struggles that Milford has had against Canton in recent memory when we covered the game between Milford and Canton here at home earlier in the season. Milford has not won a single set against Canton since before the 2012 season. That was as far back as our records went. So important for Milford to try to find a way to scratch and claw their way back in here tonight, despite their backs being against the wall now, down 2 sets. But again, Wayland able to come out strong to take the first point. Serving for the visitors is Talia Leong, and Wayland able to get the first 2 points to open up this third set. Milford, if you are just joining us, has not held a lead at any point in the previous 2 sets. You can just see right now, Wayland very loose, very light on the court. Kara Halpin with the first Milford serve of the third set. Leong sends it over but long. And Milford's able to tie it, albeit at 2-2. Now the serve from Halpin. That ends up over the net, but quick reaction from Reichert. She was able to flip it back onto the Wayland side. Now here's Reichert again, and she gets the kill, and there is the first lead of the match for the Lady Hawks. Up 3-2 now in this third set. Halpin continues on serve. That stays in all the way to the back line. The double hit by Lizzie Flagg in front. Milford wants to keep this rolling. Halpin serve. That stays in. And Reichert ends up delivering it straight down at her feet. And that breaks up the momentum. Milford spent a good portion of the in-between time between sets 2 and 3 with a meeting amongst the players only before Coach Guinan eventually got involved. So the players trying to get themselves out of the funk that they've been in through the first 2 sets. Here's Varnow. Blocked down by Milford. Marmaduke to the bench. Sam Branch out to make the serve. Varnow tries for the spike, but a good dive by Zarangian. And that one just stays in the line for the point for Wayland. Milford still with a 1-point lead. Trailing 2-0. Good dive for Halpin. Nice effort. Antonellis delivers it over. Constantine answered by Reichert. Reichert gets it back. The rally continues. The no-look shot over the net. That's something we've seen a couple of times out of Wayland, faking the set and instead sending it over the net. Tied up at 5. Dive for Zarangian. Zarangian gets her hands on that. It would have been the easy play for Branch, who was set up to receive. And the lead swings back over the Wayland side. Now senior captain Lizzie Flagg. Halpin digs it, Antonellis back over. Blocked by Reichert, and that one out. Good awareness for Reichert. Oh, she was right there at the edge of the court. Tied back up at 6, and now it will be Reichert on the serve. Lizzie Flagg trying for the bump. It gets a bit of the net, and it bounces back down in front of her for the Milford point. O'Donnell with the flip. Tied up at 7 now. Quick substitution for the Lady Warriors. Now Taylor Varnow. Up to get it was Halpin. Now Powers, a couple of tricky hits, and it leads to the Milford point. Milford will take it any way they can get it at this point, up 8-7. O'Donnell delivers it over for Wayland. Now set up for Powers, but O'Donnell able to get the block. She's been the X factor out there and will now head to the bench. Getting a quick breather as we are tied 8-8. Geneva McLaughlin takes her spot in the front. Taylor Chen on the serve. Halpin can't get it over the net. And the visitors go back in front. Chan on the serve. Reichert to Zarangian, but Zarangian delivers it over that near sideline. Up to a 2-point lead now for Wayland. Calling for that one was Antonellis. And Shirelli gets the kill. Now Alay Marmadou back out onto the floor, taking a spot on the front line. Powers on serve for Milford. Down by 1. Now Shirelli, another kill. Powers stays on the serve. Constantine can't get it over. Milford back out in front now, 11-10. Delivered way out by the front line of the Lady Hawks, and it ties things back up. All. Now Shirelli couldn't time the jump quite right that time. Wayland back up by a point. Constantine keeps it going on serve. Here's Marmadou. The block in front this time by McLaughlin. Zarangian in front. Shirelli trying for the touch shot over the net, but the point goes to Wayland, up 14-11 as the timeout is called once again by the Lady Hawks. All the timeouts in this game have been called on the Milford side. We'll step aside as action is paused on the floor with Wayland up 14-11, up 2-0. Midway through this third set, more action next here on Milford TV. Milford trails by 2 sets. They trail by 3 points in this third set as Marmadou miraculously is able to get it back over, but just a temporary victory for Milford as Wayland's able to walk away with the point. They are 10 points away from a decided victory here on the road. First serve attempt for Wayland, right into the center of the net. Meanwhile, on the sideline, Captain Kara Halpin talking things over with trainer Jonathan Raskow. It looks as though she's been favoring her right shoulder throughout this match. She's been trying to play through it, showing good grit. Lauren Zarangian on serve and is able to deliver the ace. That's the first ace of the match for the Lady Hawks. Just a perfect serve for Lauren Zarangian, the junior. Cuts the deficit to a single point. A little lighter on the serve that time, but the return from Wayland, well long. And Milford evens at 15 all. And that one just out and barely missed that back line. For Zarangian, that was her 9th ace of the season. Kara Halpin leads the team in that department with 13 aces. Kelly Reichert with 12. Kara Antonellis with 10. Antonellis here delivers it over the net. Milford once again trails by a point. Good block in front for Marmaduke. And the all-out dive for Branch. Antonellis sends it to the back line. Now Branch again. Zarangian for Shirelli. And Wayland's able to survive the rally. And Halpin will check back in on the floor. Continuing to give her team everything she has. It hasn't been lack of effort out on the floor for Milford tonight. As you see there, Zarangian dives for it, then able to deliver it over. Zarangian again, now here's Marmaduke to the back, and it gets past the dive of Talia Leong. And a little bit of a cheer thrown out by the crowd, trying to rally the spirits of this Lady Hawks team. They trail by 1 point, 17-16 in third set action. This game also being watched intently over on the sidelines by Coach Linda Zakili, supporting this girls volleyball program. Of course, our Milford TV cameras were here last week for the Dig Pink night. An emotional night here in the Milford gym as the team looked to raise money, taking part in that national initiative here in Breast Cancer Awareness Month. They came away with a 3-set sweep of Millis. $17 all, Halpin digs it. Zarangian to Antonellis, and it just stays inside the line. This Milford crowd trying to come to life, and here is the first timeout called on the Wayland side as they're starting to feel momentum shift a bit late in this third set. Milford up 18-17. More action to come right after this here on Milford TV. It's been easy going for Wayland so far in this match. But Milford putting some things together here late, taking the 18-17 lead, forcing Wayland to call the timeout. Now Branch with the dig, setting it up for Antonellis. The block, but Antonellis gets it back. Now Marmaduke delivers it over. And Varnow just able to get it inside the line. Good, hard, accurate shot by the captain, Tori Varnow. $18 all now as Lathan takes the serve. The dive for Halpin. And so Wayland's been able to recover after talking things over on the sidelines. Lathan just able to keep that serve in. Now Milford to the back line. Here's Branch to Zarangian, and the kill for Kelly Reichert. Ale Marmaduke to the bench, 19 all. A little bit of confusion after the substitution on the Milford side, but they've got everything straightened out. Branch on the serve. Set in front for Mary O'Donnell, now back into the game. After a solid performance was turned in by Geneva McLaughlin, so two good, strong players up front. Too hard on the serve for Lizzie Flagg. 20-20. This third set much closer than the previous two. Now Constantine can't get it up and over. Milford 4 points away from pulling out a victory in this third set. Here's O'Donnell, this time answered in front by Powers. Wayland able to keep it alive. Now Powers again, can't get it over. That extended reach of O'Donnell, now to the back for Halpin. Antonellis the hard bump. Now Constantine across court. Good effort for Branch, but she delivers it over the Milford bench and out, tying things up at 21. Wayland back on serve. Tori Varnow. Varnow, the line drive off the hands of Antonellis. And now it's the visitors back in front. The race to 25 in this set. And now Milford calls the timeout. 22-21, right down to the wire. A win in this set for Wayland gives them the victory in the match. Milford trying to live on to see a fourth. More volleyball action on the way next here on Milford TV. Wayland 22, Milford 21. Wayland on the serve with their captain, Tori Varnow. Branch digs it. Zarangian sets it, Halpin delivers it over. And too long on the return for Wayland. 22 all. As the senior captain, Kayla Antonellis, strides back for the serve. Almost overshot that serve. The spike attempt for Powers, but she delivers it over the far sideline. Wayland back on serve. It goes to Taylor Chan. Sets up for Halpin, who gets the kill and knots it up at 23. Now the Milford bench getting a little lively as Powers heads back for the serve. Back to Varnow, now in front for McLaughlin. And Marmaduke gets the block to put Milford up 24-23. A set point coming up for the Lady Hawks. Powers with the ball in her hand, but before she has a chance for the serve. We'll see another Wayland timeout. A chance for Milford to keep this match going if they can come away with a point after this timeout. We'll see if they can do it. Coverage of Scarlet Hawks Athletics on Milford TV. Back to action on the floor, 24-23, a set point for the Lady Hawks. Jill Powers ready for the serve. Dug out by Wayland. Sent over in front by Mary O'Donnell, and Wayland able to get the point to tie it at 24. That dropped right in the middle of that front line from Milford. It's actually Geneva McLaughlin who was able to get that kill for the Lady Warriors. She gets a rousing cheer as she heads to the bench. And now it's Constantine on the serve. Antonellis, the first to it. Now Halpin, blocked in front for Wayland. Marmaduke saves it. Now a dive on the Wayland side. So Lizzie Flagg sends it back over for Milford. Antonellis to the back for Varnow. And the hesitation and the point for Wayland. Milford on the brink of a victory in this third set. Now all of a sudden it's 25-24 Wayland. And it is the visitors with a match point coming up. Constantine with the serve. Antonellis to Zarangian. Powers able to push it over. Now to the back, Jill Powers, the dig. And the point goes to Wayland. And that is the ball game. What a tough way for this one to end. Milford right there with this third set for the taking. They just could not close it out. And Wayland comes back for the 26-24 win here in the third set, and they sweep to victory. A very strong performance here from the Dual County League's Wayland Lady Warriors. They're able to come away with their 4th victory overall on the season. The loss for the Lady Hawks, their 10th overall on the year. They dropped to 7-10, and now their backs officially against the wall going forward for the remainder of this regular season. Again, their final games coming up, their next action October 22nd at Canton before closing out the regular season here at home against Oliver Ames on the 26th and then against Stoughton on October 29th. But that will wrap up our coverage here for this evening. For Rob O'Keefe, I am Tim Coette. A loss here tonight for the Milford Lady Scarlet Hawks girls volleyball team. This has been a presentation of Milford High School Athletics on Milford TV. So long, everybody.